Hey you guys, so I got a new haircut, as you can see. I actually like it right now. I didn't like it until this moment.
I give my haircut 4
Yay!
stars.
I want to do a hair tutorial. I just don't know when I'm going to be able to do that for you guys because Alex is coming up next week. So hopefully I can make a video with him. Fingers crossed. We don't know what's going to happen. So this video this week, I'm going to be talking about Michael Sam. I've been getting messages on Tumblr, on Facebook, asking me to make a video about my thoughts and ideas on the whole backlash about Michael Sam's kiss on ESPN.
So here he is kissing his boyfriend, and I'm certain the only way he knows how to kiss is because he watched my video last week. No need to thank me, Michael. You're welcome.
If you guys have lived under a rock, Michael Sam is the first openly gay NFL player to be drafted. So yeah, bravo to him. I mean, it would have been me if I didn't turn down the NFL. They called me up and they were like, we would like you to play. And I was like, guys, I know I'm really good. But when I first started reading about this, I did not see the initial kiss until after. And everyone was like, cake everywhere, making out with cake. In my head, I was thinking it was like eating cake and making out and spitting into each other's mouths, like, because everyone was making such a big deal out of it.
Licking cake off each other's faces. It's not appropriate for children.
Get a room. You know what I mean?
Get a room.
With the cake and all that stuff, I think they went too far.
I thought the kiss was inappropriate and over the top.
I don't want, you know, I mean, I don't want my son saying that.
And I remember I finally clicked and I watched the kiss and I was like, and I'm sure 99.9% of Americans watching that were just like, oh, okay, that happened. But of course, we've been hearing nonstop about the 0.01% of everyone who's flipping shit and shitting their pants and throwing it around like wild monkeys. Some old broad, like got up and stormed out of some television show thing that no one watches to begin with.
Michael Sam story.
I don't want to see cake on your face.
So you don't want to see couples make out on Nicholas Sparks movies?
No.
Like you don't want to go to...
I just don't want it in my face. When parents do not have a choice as to whether or not they want their children to see this, it's wrong.
Hey lady, I have an idea, and maybe you would have thought of it yourself if your head was filled with a brain instead of a bunch of Bible verses.
Don't watch television. Don't get television, don't get internet, don't get anything. You can be Carrie. You can be Carrie's mom and restrict what Carrie sees, and then she's gonna explode the entire house and blow up prom, and it'll be great. A beautiful example of what happens to people who shelter their children from the real world. I agree, as a parent, it is your job to filter what your child is taking in from media and outside sources. However, you can't expect the outside world to filter what they produce in order to protect your child so you don't have to do your job as a parent. Just like pornography on the computer. You know, you can't bitch at the porn companies for making porn when you're allowing your child to access the internet in their room alone.
Being pushed in faces.
Really, the only thing I see being pushed in anyone's face is some cake, but carry on.
ESPN. They air sports and they promote sportsmanship and they promote all-American sports.
But guess what, Amy? It's time to be a parent, and if ESPN is inappropriate with their content, then you gotta put a parental block on it. I know they're probably gonna be upset, but you as a parent need to sit them down and say, children, I know you're gonna miss out on your educational Victoria's Secret commercials and educational alcohol and beer commercials, but something that I saw, a kiss, is inappropriate, so you can no longer watch ESPN. I'm sorry. But guys, I think we're forgetting who the real victim here is. And that is the poor woman who can't voice her homophobic opinion without receiving backlash.
You can't say what you feel without being persecuted if it doesn't go along with mainstream.
That's right.
And then that old thing in the back that I had thought was dead decided to speak.
People don't have the right to express the way they feel if it offends somebody else. I live in America. I still feel like I have the right of freedom of speech.
What I take away from that is I am thanking God right now that this is suddenly the mainstream. 20, 30 years ago, it wasn't the mainstream. It was the direct opposite of the mainstream, and people were saying, oh no, since you are not the mainstream ideology, you can't speak. It's funny now that people who are in this position where they disagree with like gay rights, gay marriage, they're suddenly not the mainstream anymore, and they're up in arms about it. People are giving us backlash for saying our beliefs. Well, you know what? Keep saying your beliefs. Say whatever you want as long as it's not threatening somebody's well-being. No one's throwing you in jail for doing it, but people are giving you pieces of their mind. And if you're not ready to accept that, then you don't belong on the air. Go run along. Do something else with your time. like talk to your great-great-great-great-great-great-grandchildren.
And then apparently it was too much for one of the women, so she fled the set.
Well,
Bye.
I guess
Bye.
next coming up.
Come back. Come back. Come back. Come back.
And if that wasn't enough, they interviewed Steven Jackson on Michael Sam, and Steven Jackson isn't even a football player, he's a basketball player. He doesn't even go here.
I don't want, I don't want my son seeing that, painting a bad picture. Like I said, I don't judge nobody, but as far as my family, the people I control in my family, who I have an input on, I don't want them seeing that. You wouldn't show somebody selling drugs on TV. You wouldn't show somebody getting shot on TV. There's certain things that you shouldn't show on TV, considering that you have kids watching. I have a stepbrother who's gay. He knows when we're around, we're in certain places, he knows a certain way he can act, because it's not the fact that he's disrespectful, but he knows he'll make people uncomfortable.
So in other words, your stepbrother isn't comfortable being himself around you. So that's pretty much what you're saying. And I'm guessing you think it's okay that other people restrict what they're doing to make others more comfortable. That's kind of funny because not too many decades ago, African Americans weren't allowed to attend white schools because it made the white men and women uncomfortable. Sorry to burst your bubble, but nowhere in the US Constitution does it state that you have the right to be comfortable. So why don't you shut up and grow some balls and let's all move on.
So yeah, that's pretty much my reaction to everything that's going on. I understand that you guys can get mad. I got mad, I was frustrated briefly, and then I was like, wait a minute. Regardless of what these people believe, it's not going to change anything. I'm still going to be myself. I'm still going to be seeing Alex next week. Nothing's going to change. I'm not going to die. I'm going to enjoy myself. I'm going to enjoy the people who I surround myself with. And that's all. My life is my life, and regardless of how they live theirs, it's not going to influence me. I will not let it influence me. I will fight for my rights, but I'm not going to fight to convince you to love me because I already love me. Also, did you guys know, well, I found this on Uber Facts, so I don't know if it's totally legit, but complaining makes you live longer. And you guys know I bitch and complain all the time, and the reason it does is because it relieves stress. So I will live forever. So thank you guys for watching. Give this video the thumbs up if you like it. Leave a comment below with your thoughts. I want to know your thoughts on this issue. It shouldn't even be an issue, I know, but I want to know what you guys think about it. Complain if you want, but if you want to complain, I do recommend that you complain about something related to this video, but you don't have to, I guess. Make sure you guys follow me on Twitter @officialjackm and Instagram @jmeredu. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you leave that comment and give the video the thumbs up if you like it. Thanks again, guys. I'll see you next week.